Confused about your career? Watch this before you decide. Elisha is 20 years old. He's stuck between studying computer science, trying a business, or going into engineering. Every option feels like it could just be the right one for him. So he keeps thinking and keeps delaying. If that sounds like you, your problem is not confusion. Your problem is that you are trying to choose a direction without testing anything in real life. It starts with understanding what's actually going wrong. And this leads us to the first step. Define the real problem. Most people in this situation would think, I just don't know what career to pick. But that's not true. What's actually happening is that you are comparing full careers in your head without actually experiencing small parts of them. For example, let's say Elisha says he wants tech, but he's never built anything. James says he loves business, but he's never tried selling anything. Oliver says engineering, but he doesn't actually know what the daily work feels like. So the brain just freezes. Not because you are lost, but because you keep guessing. And once you are guessing, every option feels equally important. So instead of clarity, what you get in return is pressure, which is where the second step becomes important. Create your no list. So here's the shift you need. Stop asking yourself, what career should I choose? Start asking yourself, what should I remove from my options right now? This is called the no list. Because clarity doesn't come from adding more questions and adding more options. It comes from removing the wrong ones fast enough. So Elisha loves the following: medicine, law, tech, business, engineering, content creation. So he writes it out and begins eliminating. Medicine is removed because he hates memorizing long biology content. Law is removed because he doesn't enjoy reading for hours. Now he's left with tech, business, engineering. And notice what just happened. The pressure dropped. Not because he has found the answer already, but because he reduced the noise. And once the noise is lowered, the next step becomes very possible. Step 3. Stop deciding. Start testing. Now, the biggest mistake people make is trying to decide their future mentally. Instead of choosing a career, you choose small tests. That's how you do it. Not life decisions, but just bits of experiments here and there. Because you don't discover direction by thinking harder. You discover it by interacting with reality that is on ground. So Elisha tries this. If he thinks he likes tech, he spends a few days building something simple like a calculator or a website. If he thinks he likes business, he starts something small like helping someone sell a product or earning a small commission on a product, affiliate marketing, right? If he thinks engineering is interesting, he watches real project breakdowns and tries a simple practical task that is related to it. And this is the key point. He's not trying to succeed. He's trying to experience what each part actually feels like, which leads to something most people miss. Step 4. Double down on real evidence. After a few tests, something becomes clear. Something must become clear. Elisha notices that content creation feels different. When he explains ideas or makes simple videos, it feels natural. He doesn't overthink it the way he does for coding and some other technical tasks. That's no longer imagination, That's now evidence from real behaviors. So he makes a decision based on what actually showed up in real life, not what he had assumed before. He decides to double down on content creation. And now he goes deeper. How to write better scripts, how to structure videos properly, how to improve delivery, SEO optimization. But he doesn't stop at learning content creation. He connects it to something practical after a while. He starts thinking, how can I use this skill to create a business that earns money? So he applies it. He helps a small local business explain their services online using simple content and he gets paid for it. Simple. Now everything shifts. Everything shifts. He's no longer trying to pick a career from thin air. He's building a direction from evidence and action. And once that happens, the process changes again. Step 5. Make temporary decisions. Now most people get stuck here because of fear. They think choosing means locking their life forever, but it doesn't. You choose temporarily. So Elisha says, for the next 30 days, I'm focusing on content creation and using it in business. Not because it is perfect, but because it survived testing better than others. Then after 30 days, he sits down to review it. Is this growing me or draining me? Do I want to continue with this? Nothing is permanent. Only cycles of testing and review. So if you are stuck right now, this is the process. 1. Stop trying to find the perfect answer in your head. 2. Remove obviously wrong options. 3. Test the remaining ones in small real-life ways. 4. Pay attention to what actually shows up in real life behavior. Double down to what proves itself in reality. 5. Choose temporarily and review. Because you don't find a career by thinking harder. You find it by removing faster and testing sooner. Which career options are you currently stuck between? Make sure you like and subscribe so that this video can reach people who actually need it, and so that you can see me again. I'll see you in the next video. Go and make the best decision you can make.